The MADSCAD190 Autotune is the world's fastest trolling lure. We've tested this at speeds of up to 25 knots, but it's way more than just a high-speed trolling lure. The MADSCAD190 works incredibly well at speeds as low as 5 knots, and it really works in any position in your trolling spread. We've tested this. You can run it off a rigger, you can run it short, you can run it long, you can run it in the shotgun position, you can run it in a flat line. So the scenarios where we've found this really effective are, trolling for tuna and wahoo at speeds from 7 to 15 knots. Now you can put it in a low speed. When I say low speed, I mean like a 7 to 10 knot kind of trolling spread, depends on what speed you want to run. Some guys like to run, a DTX minnow at 8-9 knots. This is a perfect option to put on the rigger as a shallow swimming option in that lower speed trolling spread. It's also incredibly effective in a high-speed trolling spread where you're trying to troll at, say, 13 to 15 knots and really cover some ground. So that spread might involve, say, a MADSCAD190, a Mad Max, a DTX 180, but the swimming action on this is what makes it really unique. There really is no other trolling lure that has an action like the MADSCAD190. When you see it underwater, it just makes sense. You look at that swimming action and it's like, that's gonna catch fish. It looks really good. The wahoo and tuna clearly agree. We've done a lot of testing on these out in the Coral Sea on wahoo and yellowfin tuna. This is one that was just on a recent trip. It's been quite beaten up. So, we're testing the action, the durability, the paint finish, all that sort of stuff. This one's probably caught 7 or 8 wahoo and has held up really well. Now, talking about strength, the MADSCAD190 is also part of essentially the new heavy duty range. It's subject to the same strength testing and quality control that we're applying to the DTX heavy duty range. It also gets applied to the Mad Max. Now, when we talk heavy duty, it's all about internal strength. So this has got vertical internal reinforcement. It's got the Diamond Armour internal structure on the lure. And we've also had to implement additional sort of pin supports in the top and bottom of the body structure. We've thickened up the body, and one of the really important things we've done is to increase the strength of the plastic welding. So when these lures are made, there's 2 parts and they get welded together essentially. There's a lot of strength comes from that welding process and getting it right. So we actually pressure test these at the factory as part of the quality control process. There's a dedicated deep water pressure testing machine that we've made, and we pressure test these at various depths down to even 400 meters. So some of these will have to survive a 400 meter depth pressure test for anywhere up to 2 to 5 minutes, depending on the size and shape of the lure, before they're allowed to go into production. So the bodies get made, they get pressure tested, then they get painted. We've obviously confirmed all of this, in real world testing out at sea. This is, the process of ensuring that these things have got, strength, durability. We're not going to have issues with, auto-tune toe points, any of that sort of stuff, and that you're not going to have issues with them not swimming. So the MADSCAD190 has been proven out on the water. It's been subject to a lot of quality control and testing at the factory, and even down to the hooks. It's worth talking about the hooks. This looks like a really weird hook setup. You've got a treble on the tail and a double split ring with a single hook on the belly. Now, we tested a heap of different hook combinations, and if you want to troll fast, this hook combination would literally give us an extra 10 knots of trolling speed compared to other hook combinations. So we really have tested these in every way to make sure when you take one out of the box, you can put it in the water, you can either rig it up with wire or mono, whatever you want to do, and it's going to perform, it's going to catch fish, it's going to keep catching fish, and it's not going to let you down. You can check out the full color range on the website at nomadtackle.com. Go check them out. They definitely need a spot in your spread.